Probably the latter. It doesn't need to be mega cheese by any means, because it's going to be hard to outdraft somebody like Fly, or at least surprise him with something that just turns the game upside down. But you do kind of need a little bit of that magic to work in your favor. But it's interesting listening to both perspectives, because like from EG's side, they're talking about focusing more on themselves than the opponent, which obviously can be looked at as a pro or a con. So we'll see how that works out for them in the game one, at least.
I do agree with this idea, though, that EG has this like aura. And if you're an NA Dota player for, years and years now, it's been beaten into your skull that EG is the team to beat. They're the team that they're on some tier above everybody else. They're the only team that can possibly compete internationally. And since then, that has actually been proven wrong. We've been NASA for a while. We've had Beast Coast compete at TI, get top 6. We've had other teams, Yawara's team, I don't remember what the hell they were called at the time. J-Storm, I think, they got top 6, top 8, whatever. We've had our other teams. And I also think that pub-wise, a lot of players have individually become a lot more skilled. If you were to see this exact lineup versus lineup in a pub, and you're casting it, let's say you're Dota Capitalist Dota, and you're casting the pub, I don't think you're going to think that one is going to be significantly better than the other. It's just that this is EG and this is black and yellow is the problem. So I think, individually, EG, you'd probably think, okay, they're a little bit more likely to win. But if it's a pub, you're it could go either way, depending on the picks. And I feel like this match is the same to some degree. I do agree with Zero. If you can get that mentality out that EG is just the top dogs, you can't, and you treat this like a pub, maybe instead of being 70-30 or 80-20, it's 60-40 for EG.
I think that goes two ways, right? It's true. If you can kind of just look past this, I wouldn't say a facade, but this image of EG being the greatest of the great, and think of it more as a pub, then, things will definitely work out in your morale favor. But, when the game starts playing, I would imagine players will recognize quick that this is not a pub. Things are a lot more polished. They're making calls and communication. And, when EG start to flex that, this is where we go to another level. That's where things can kind of shake up on black and yellow. But black and yellow, yeah, they're doing the shake up here a bit early.
Wow.
These picks and bans start pretty normal, but yeah, black and yellow go in early for the Timbersaw. Now, Jenkins, you weren't here present for it in the previous series, but 5-Man Midas did the same thing in one of their games, pulling out the Timber rather early.
5 seconds remaining.
Really? I mean, they
didn't have the TV set up in the dentist's office. Usually they have a TV facing down if you want to go to a nice fancy one, so you can hey, can you put on Twitch on that TV by any chance while you pull out my teeth?
Yeah, unfortunately,
the hell is Twitch?
Yeah, the Twitch app wasn't working, so I just watched Futurama on the
okay, makes sense.
The tablet that they gave me, unfortunately. But I would assume it went extremely poorly for 5-Man Midas, because I came in here an hour 45 after the game started. It was already over, so it doesn't seem like it went very long. Maybe the Timber pick is half the reason for that. I mean, early phasing at Timber, I really feel like there's a lot in this meta that is incredibly strong, that just completely dumpsters Timbersaw. Monkey King is really popular. We can see EG literally just snap pick that. OD is really popular. They have this on black and yellow. Ursa is extremely popular. These heroes make it so that Timber can't really play. I think Arteezy, when we interviewed him, I think I asked him, what was it? What's the hero he doesn't like people picking in pubs or whatever? And he said Timbersaw, because it's so incredibly high skill. If you fall behind a certain threshold where you have a certain amount of armor and HP, the enemy team just kills you in every fight, and then you're just this useless damage dealing offlaner that can't really tank. And falling beneath that threshold is fairly easy. It's one bad death and you have one less bracer, and the enemy team has one more Wraith Band, and then all of a sudden they kill you instead of leaving you at 10% HP, and the hero feels useless. So it's a big risk, but obviously this is to bait certain picks in the draft. Maybe they put this support Timber and then pick up a Bat Rider to counter the Monkey King or something like that if it wasn't
that sounds horrendous. But the next level play, gentlemen, you pick Timbersaw, you're all right, they're gonna pick Monkey King because that's a pretty decent matchup, and obviously Monkey King was banned literally every game in the EG's previous series. But you have flamethrower, gentlemen. Think of the possibility. You can already destroy trees, but with flamethrower, you can destroy more trees. So
That's
Monkey
true.
King has to jump. I mean, he has so much range with that freaking tree dance. That probably doesn't even matter, but it'll be funny to see regardless.
You could get a force staff and then force yourself through the trees with the flamethrower.
And a blink dagger. You just get all mobility to kill all the trees on the map. You can't do anything.
Can't feel good if you're relying on stuff like that to be for Monkey King. AG, I mean, you can't fault them, right? I mean, they already took Troll and Nyx off the table. You know, Black and Yellow did them the favor and got rid of the Bat Rider, who's also good against Monkey King. So there is Keeper of the Light still out there, which has been known to be pretty good against Monkey King. Blinding Light's very good, and if you happen to get an Ags, the balls can be quite annoying for Monkey King to deal with, but it's something that you're going to have to answer for here. And meantime, banning out the Ursa, and now a ban on the Tidehunter. So no Ice Tidehunter, at least in this game.
Oh boy. Okay, if they run this Timber offlane, there's no way they win. This is an impossible lane to play into. Enchantress Monkey, I think I've literally played against these exact heroes in a pub. It's just pure damage and counter, and if you fall behind, the creeps start bothering you. Like, you've this long duration slow for the Monkey King to get his Jingu stacks up. This is a hard one, man. I feel like there's some sort of crazy flex that we're going to see with this Timber. There's no way they're first round picking this if they're just going to throw it in the offlane. I don't even think Zero is like a huge Timber fanatic either. If this was Monster or something, I'd say, okay, this guy's a big Timber player, but Zero he's more of your traditional offlane player. He even plays like more of these like ranged offlaners. So I'd expect him to be on OD.
It could be one of those things where when they're drafting, obviously Timber can be countered. That's kind of the issue, but maybe it's just a comfort pick. Like, I want to pick something I'm comfortable with. I don't care how hard I get countered. Playing against arguably the best team in this region, just pick me something I'm good with. But there's the Coddle. Mr. Coddle guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jubei had played it before as well, so it seems kind of weird for them to pass on. And an immediate pickup of the Storm Spirit.
Black and Yellow needs some sort of hard disable now, for sure. Honestly, if you run this Eric Dong Ryoya mid on the OD, I think this does really well against Storm Spirit. And I would assume that he's going to go for some sort of like Hex build, which I think would be extremely good in this game. And they don't really have much punish for the OD if they do run it mid. I think that's probably the play. Sort of like
I don't think it's particularly good this game, but we have yet to see Ryoya play Lesh, which I remember being kind of the hero at the Dota Summit where he would just dominate.
He was
like, he's good against Monkey King.
Do you think something's changed with the hero that makes him less desirable in the mid lane?
Well, the Ags
that patch.
The Ags build was basically what everybody was rushing in the mid lane. So
that's true.
That's the real problem. They completely changed the Ags. So off lane Lesh, it's about the same. Mage Slayer also being an item means that Lesh in like a core position is a lot worse. Offlane, it's a little better because if you're getting a Mage Slayer to deal with an offlane Lesh, it's like, that's an offlaner, dude. What are you gonna do? Tiny, eh? Okay.
5 seconds.
So not to keep talking about a hero that's not been picked, but is Lesh Ags bad because it got buffed and I thought it was ridiculously good before that. Essentially the decrepify on enemies and not yourself now.
I feel like it's fairly bad. I've gotten it quite a few games, and it feels.
It sounds so good though. Weird.
It really doesn't feel like it increases your damage by that much. Like by the time that you get it, it doesn't increase your. It's good if there's like juggernauts and stuff that's gonna kill you through with physical, but then you can just get a Ghost Scepter for like half the price, and it's about the same thing.
Well, you don't use it on you can't use it on yourself anymore. I don't think. It does, but you don't get the extra magic damage.
Yeah, it goes to everything, which it's like okay, but the old Ags was like the entire mid Lesh build was based around that because you just do like insane damage with the lightning storm.
Evil geniuses turn to bad.
Yeah, now the Ags like 6th item.
No more reserve time here on Black and Yellow. They've used pretty much all of it. Just get their final ban in. More targeting of Ice here. Just like we saw last EG matchup. Look at this. Mars, Tide, Nature's Prophet, Beastmaster all taken off. Last there from Black and Yellow. Like, what is left? What is left for...
They're forcing him to pick Legion Command.
Yeah,
You know what?
Who's left?
I've actually seen a lot of people playing this Monkey King offlane. I've seen Seb play it.
Okay.
I've seen some NA players play it. I don't know if Ice has been playing it, but you could run that depending on where they put the timber, where they put the tiny.
Ice's pub history. He's been playing Nature's Prophet, Lycan, Sand King, lots of Nature's Prophet. No, nothing about Monkey King. It looked like. Oh, there was a Monkey King game 22 hours ago. He lost, but
okay. Yeah, well.
And we played one against BSJ 3 days ago. So you know what?
Probably won
Never
that one.
know.
10 seconds.
Actually, he lost that one.
Oh,
I didn't want to embarrass him. But Ice did lose to BSJ. BSJ, of course, NA's greatest player.
Embarrassing. Yeah. What a joke.
Evil
So
geniuses
likely needs to be a position 1 here. I'm gonna go Ember. So that's the Ryoya hero in all likelihood.
Spirit for spirit. But OD, now this OD Timber Tiny,
okay.
What's going on there?
Yeah, this is what they were going for. They were going for mass confusion with these heroes, and they've achieved it. I have no idea. I don't know.
The question is, have they confused themselves as well?
5 seconds.
They may have. I think it's very likely the Caudal Ember are going to be together. That's the classic combo. You just have like infinite sleight and chains. It's a very nice combo, infinite mana. So that's going to be played in a side lane, but there's still this response pick to it. So you can still. Legion is good against Ember, but horrible against OD Timber.
What about Underlord? You get the root, something Dice used to play a bit of.
Sure.
Sure. Long-winded fights are pretty good for them.
The Timber matchup's a little weird because like the Timber can kill Underlord, but the root, like you said, is really annoying for a Timber Saw. So you could like Viper. I mean, is Viper still available? Yeah, you could still do Viper and just like dumpster the lane with magic damage. I think Viper actually does well against all 3 of these cores that Black and Yellow have.
As an offlaner?
As an offlaner, yeah. They lack a little bit of disable if they do that on the side of EG, but I think Viper beats all the 3 cores.
Who's been getting picked a couple times in other regions was Darkseer. Some regions even kind of having some fun with his new Ags. It's kind of taken over as a Midas, the way the Ion Shell allows him to farm so much, but haven't seen it yet here in North America. Has a winning rate against the Ember Spirit.
Phoenix.
Ooh, Phoenix is the last pickup, and that is our 10 heroes, gentlemen. I know it only feels like you have so much time to kind of take it in, but for what you can right now, Suns fan, tell us what you think is going to be going on for game number 1.
They can't kill Egg, ever. I'm going to go EG.
I'm going to go EG because I think this last pick Ember can just get the shield purged by Enchantress. I think they're going to run the Enchantress against the Ember, and then Timber's going to be very sad against Monkey, and I think EG's going to win all 3 lanes. Maybe other than mid.
All right. We'll see how things pan out as we toss it off now to our commentator team. We have none other than Lyrical and Gods. We'll send to him now, right after a break.
Send it to them right now after this break.
After the break.
That was sick. I did not expect the Legion highlight reel. Oh, right.
Prepare for battle.
Hey, all you cool kids out there, Dota 2 going on, and Gods, we are back again. Another series, same day actually, Black and Yellow versus EG. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I had a little appetizer, but I feel like this is the main course. You get some EG Dota taking on one of the newcomer teams. I'm curious to see how Black and Yellow do against one of the obviously stronger or perhaps strongest competitors in the region.
Oh, level 1 Roche. It's happening. All right, no, it's not. They're just over there. They're going to run to Ice and try and kill him right at the start. And, ooh, that right click. Oh, we fairy fires. All right, he gets away.
He actually missed, but he didn't need the fairy fire, but he didn't know that.
30 seconds.
So it's the reverse play. Usually it's the Radiant team, 5 men smoking to the Dire triangle. This time it's the Dire team makes this play. We're seeing this a lot, I think, from some of the underdog teams that are trying to get like a sneaky first blood, get any edge they can, get down some deep wards. I like the coordination. I like the game planning. It definitely shows they're preparing heavily for these matches.
True. And you know, that's, I think, something that you need to do against this team. The panel talked a little bit about, you know, are they going to need to do something unorthodox to win? We even heard it in the, opening game that EG were kind of prepping for that, whereas Black and Yellow felt like, they're not insurmountable. We can take the win, but we'll see how it ends up working for them as Tiny makes the long rotation back towards bottom and Fly is going to try and push them out. So they're actually not going to run the Enchantress against the Ember Spirit. They're instead sticking her down here and want to secure Monkey King a good lane.
I think that's okay. I think Ench's job is more about securing the carry. I actually prefer this personally. And also, Ember doesn't really go Flame Guard with the Coddle.
Yeah.
More often than not, you see the slight plus Searing Chain spam. So I actually don't think laying the Ench top was necessary.
And our QZ already going to try and push back Zero a little bit as we see up top. He's carrying that creep for crit. Yamsum going to find the chains actually onto him. And there's a lot of damage onto that Rubik. But he is obviously nice and speedy with his own boots and can head back over afterwards.
Yep. Tiny going to pull some creep waves. Fly just going to do as much damage as possible, and also probably try follow this wave in case it meets another creep wave. You want to make sure you contest the last hits, get the XP. But I'm most interested to watch this mid lane. That's where two of NA's best mid laners, Abed, honorary American, now that he's playing, well, has been playing the region for a while, going head to head here on a Storm versus OD matchup. And Storm so far crushing it.
Yeah, having a really good time. And, he's going to try and spam out as much as he can with this Arcane Orb, but Abed off to a hot start, 9 of 4. As you can see, the lane pulled all the way back by Flea to the tier 3 tower.
I don't know if that was the plan. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I think the plan is you have the creep waves meet between the tier 2 and the tier 3, but because the Enchantress chased him, he had to run away. He was just dying to an Enchantress, so I think he felt like he just had to get back safely, and as a result, he doesn't deny any of his own creeps.
And this does mean, of course, that it's going to be a big double wave that's pushing into the tower for Artesian Fly. And top lane, Yamsum in trouble. He's just going to die. First blood, drawn by the bird.
That's pretty, unconventional dual lane, the Rubik with the Phoenix, but once they get a couple of levels, their magic damage output, definitely something the Ember, you kind of almost want Flame Guard against magic damage, but at the same time, you then have no kill potential with it, so kind of tricky situation to be in. And right now, these lanes are going very poorly. Just 3 last hits, now 4 for Zero's Timbersaw. He is struggling down bottom.
Yeah, that is not where you want to be. I think the bigger struggle is definitely the Ember, though, right? 3 for him and none for Coddle, or I guess 2 for Coddle. But you can see that they're kind of making up for the last hits, at least a little bit with the Tiny, because they got that pullback. But that lane you talked about up top is definitely where things are struggling right now. It's just everywhere.
both side lanes going horribly. We're going to see Rubik TP mid to refill Abed's bottle. Be a happy camper for that. Even gets an extra bottle charge out of it. So for Yoya, this just feels like he's going to struggle here because he's never going to run out of mana, but it's just this constant harass, and Abed's going to be able to just pick up all these runes and have all this sustain.
True. Yeah, that's going to be very difficult to see where they go. Maybe you could make some type of a play if Storm dives too deep and he runs out of his mana pool or something. You could turn around and drop the ulti, but it's not anything for sure. And going to be pretty tough. But other side lanes?
This is 3 last hits in a row.
Terrible.
Exactly. It was one of those terrible situations where you're like 2 creeps are dying at the same time, and instead of taking one, he tried to get both. Got neither. Then he missed the range creep.
Yeah, it happens.
It does.
He was so tilted about the other things. That's how it happened. Snowballs on itself.
He's doing great in this mid lane, and we'll see if he can get a 4-minute rune here. There isn't Astro, but Crit's backing him up.
Yeah, hard to walk through there. We'll take another little blast from the Illuminate as Flea makes the move over, trying to get a toss back. This would be a big kill if they can take down Abed. And Ryoya, oh, good lift back by Crit. Still chasing Flea, body blocks. They've been pretty sick. Not quite enough though, and actually with the Illuminate build-up, this could be good. Abed.
Perfectly timed. Jubei recognizing the duration of the level 2 Astral, but now comes the retaliation. Fly with the double damage. Wants Ryoya's head for it. Won't get it.
Yeah, more body blocks, and now a toss back underneath the tower, possibly. Oh, is he gonna get Ryoya killed?
Oh, I think they mistime this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
no, it hit.
Oh,
Played. Dude, black and yellow. All right, first of all, Flee with those body blocks, and then afterwards the Illuminates timed really well on Jubei.
Yeah. Jubei's a very fun support player to watch. I mean, you watch his stream, he loves to play the old techies, but he's a very aggressive 5 position and kind of flashy when it comes to being a 5. Top lane, nice.
Wow! Dude, what a baller!
That's outplayed.
That was sick.
And he's going to get the bottle refill. Crit.
Refuse go.
Gonna get there in time to snipe him. Okay. I mean, they were losing these lanes pretty badly. I mean, they kind of still are. TZ is just crushing it down bottom.
True.
But yeah, these kills, that's kind of salvaged the laning stage.
That was a tremendous win right there. And, you know, pulling in Ice that much further. I think the biggest thing is, like, you know, it salvages it enough where it doesn't feel like the game is just going to end at 20 minutes or something. And that's kind of how it was looking if something had not changed.
Yeah. Yeah, if you win the lanes and then get the kills to follow it up, it's just like suddenly it would be a 3k EG gold lead. And instead, they're getting kill after kill. Fly gets sniped. Jubei 2-0-1 on a coddle.
This guy's killing it. Good stuff so far. Abed did head back to the jungle for a little bit and is not going to be able to get another rune. So, you know, kind of relying upon those with this Storm Spirit, it makes his game a lot harder. And it means he can't go back to the jungle and sort of get farm as efficiently either.
And OD's going to have that Meteor Hammer at a very good time. This, you know, Ryoya's best hero, perhaps. Off to a good start, even though CS-wise he didn't do that well. He's managed to get these kills.
Toss back now. Flea, he had an illusion rune. They didn't know it was the real one there. And now he's going to try and go in that much deeper. Abed diving super far in. And they did have sanities, but did not decide to drop it onto that storm. I don't know if it would have made enough of a difference or not, but now they're going to queue up another one, trying to find themselves a kill on a Fly. He blows up as well.
Visitors to the outer dark.
This Jubei, you talk about Astral combos. I don't think you normally consider Illuminate a combo for the Astral, but it's sure as hell looking like one this game.
Very, very cool stuff. And then, of course, there's like sort of a neat little synergy here too with like refilling the OD's mana pool. Not that he always needs it, but just to like build up that stack faster because he's gonna have Astral off cooldown that much quicker.
Now with the Meteor Hammer, he's got full mana. Anyone who comes here has to be careful. It's going to be Abed rotating off the lane, finds the Ember top with Ice. That gets Ice and Burn Charge and level 6.
Well played. Abed wanting to make these moves. You can still see in terms of CS, top 3 are being inhabited by the Radiant, but in terms of net worth, you take the look on the other side, and it's a little bit of a different story. It's mainly Timber that's the one that's being a little bit more hurt here, as you would expect with the Monkey King, and in fact, Zero is about to die as well. So, you know, still having a tough time on Timber, but the rest of those cores on Dire, it's not the end of the world right now.
Yeah, particularly, yeah, OD's come online, so Storm can't really go to these lanes if there's OD there, and Astral Meteor Hammer combo can catch him before he gets a chance to ball lightning out. And Ryoya is definitely a scary force in this mid lane. If you don't send somebody there, he's just going to start meteor hammering your tier 1 mid tower, so somebody has to try to keep it alive.
And maybe that's where Fly can make the rotation with some creeps or something to pull the wave back, but we'll have to wait and see. It is a really interesting thing, though. Like the composition of black and yellow as a team. You've kind of got this, like, you know, really high level playing position 2, one of the most talented players in the entire region. And not that, everybody else on Black and Yellow isn't also good, but it feels like, this is a guy that's played in all over the place and for a bunch of really good, and for EG previously. And everybody else kind of working to enable him. And that's what this laning stage just felt like. Is Yamsun is going to be chased around a little bit more and does have a Remnant to try and back away, hide off to the side. Remnants afterwards, Jubei keeping him alive. Arteezy jumps in, but Abed was waiting there. Everybody showed up top. And, well, one more jump through and Illuminate Blast onto the creep wave. That's going to be the end of it. Squee finds crit mid, and they've got the combo, hit the tower and the other one.
It was on cooldown.
Ah,
it was 2 seconds away, and now crit gets the easy Astral. So that's a level 4 Astral. Really handy spell for Rubik to have, and Ice TP'd bottom to defend the tier 1 bottom. All of that, from my perspective, is because Arteezy makes a great TP top. The Black and Yellow side were rotating down bottom. The Tiny was in biz. OD had a TP. They wanted to kill Arteezy, but he TP'd before the game came.
Wow, what a stun on the land for the telekinesis, and Yamsun has to retreat.
Crit doing such a good job of keeping this mid-tier 1 tower alive. And I think that's what's been impressive about EG's rotations, is the way they've defended these tier 1 towers and avoided the key ganks. Like, if Arteezy gets picked off there in the bottom lane with an OD TP, things are looking pretty good, or at least even for Black and Yellow. But EG make sure they're the ones making the first move.
I was meant to
Right,
have
and
this.
keep that momentum going the whole time through. And even when they do start to get aggression back their way, you see multiple TPs coming mid, and then everybody separates back out to go farm elsewhere. And now Arteezy up here on the top line. You see multiple heroes rotating bottom, and that includes the OD, who's here underneath the cover of a smoke. Ice has level 8, and it's hard to
dive.
He still has Supernova. I feel like if he Supernovas, everybody's going to get here.
Yeah, that's the thing. He might die here. They're going to TP to back him up, or they're going to just leave him to die. Let's say he might be baiting, because he's definitely, if they go on him, he's going to die. It's just a question of whether or not he was baiting or not there, and it turns out there was no backup coming as well.
Is under attack.
Okay. Yeah, I guess they don't have the main catch is the 2 cores with Abed and Arteezy on the Monkey King and Storm. So if they're not there, you're not going to kill them.
And very guaranteed tier 1 tower. Siege Creep plus Meteor Hammer. Not sure what the idea was there for Ice. If they made a plan to coordinate a double, triple TP in with Storm and Monkey King, that might have made sense there, but yeah, he just got blown up.
Well, after that tier 1 tower gets taken, they move the Ember back towards mid, while more farming goes on a little bit here. And it feels like the pace of the game's starting to slow down a little bit now. Trying to get in towards that Blink Dagger for Rayoya. Zero already has the hood done, but now needs to go in towards the Yule Scepter. Sort of a couple of these survivability / I guess, chase down items in the version of the Blink Dagger.
I think the worry for Black and Yellow, they are looking to find crit here, but he'll just disengage. Is that Timbersaw is a pretty farm-dependent hero, and he is struggling in terms of net worth. The least farm core, compared to an offlane Phoenix. Phoenix, without items, can still have a really big impact on a team fight.
Right. Fly drops the bomb just onto his face. The stun comes afterwards, but where's the follow-up? Rayoya jumped on. Can they keep him alive? Supernova's down. Just like that, they lose the OD. Might be able to take themselves another one here, although Yamsun realizes, okay, this isn't really going to work.
He's going to go for this? Okay. He's not crazy, but he does get himself stuck up on the cliff. We'll have to probably dive or TP off.
He's really on EG now. That's how you know. But 2,000 gold lead here. Yeah. 8-7. And Crit stole chains. Yeah, I feel like just being able to get that Astral at any point is going to be so good for them to have that hard save.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to keep the chains. It was very much just, okay, I just used Astral. Let's steal another spell and see if this chains can set up a kill. He's going to show it up in the mid lane. Actually, he does want it, it seems.
And wow, big play there. That was sick. Really well done by Crit.
Instantly swaps over, well, stole the Tiny's Avalanche, so that was there if needed as well. You know, Crit is one of the best Rubiks out there.
Aetherland's done at 13 minutes. Yeah, he's catching up to the Ember right now with that kill on him. That really hurts if you're black and yellow, because this is your position 1 basically. Like,
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, it's been
is under
a rough
attack.
game for Yamps, and I think like the Coddle rotating to kind of get kills with the OD looked really good for black and yellow, but it came at a price, and that's Yamsun, who's kind of was left alone in that safe lane to fend for himself, and a lot of rotations came his way. So unlike Arteezy, he stuck to his lane, and I think what probably should have happened is that he needed to rotate to down bottom or to the mid lane.
well,
Dire's
in
middle
light of
tower
that, they're
is
going to
under
be
attack.
smoking up now on Evil Geniuses, and I guess trying to set up for a fight here mid. Is there anything that you can really do to stop this as black and yellow?
I don't think they want to fight against an Orchid, but
Well, it's going to happen, and he's still a long ways from Yules. He's just food now. That's what this is.
Dire's structures
that is
are
very
fortified.
troubling. Both, yeah, OD, Ember, I mean, Timbersaw, all these heroes are going to need some kind of defensive save against this Orchid, and just not there. And Abed with a regen rune is just cutting waves, getting full efficiency. Now it's kind of slowing down this bottom lane push. Suddenly you don't have to send a hero bottom to defend because you cut these waves, so very efficient play coming out from Abed. He's still hunting.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Seeing where they're at. Big long dive in. Flea not going to be found. Ooh, with a good Jubei. It's an easy pick up there, and now bounty runes. Looks like they were also able to TP out up top.
Yeah, they almost picked off the Timbersaw, but narrowly escaped. It feels like black and yellow kind of in this game of keep away now, where it's like they're trying to get as much from as they can, and anytime EG heroes run at them, they're like, okay, let's get out of here. We can't fight. You know, they don't have a good team fighting lineup.
They find Flea yet again.
Oh, so close
Going to
to play.
drop.
Oh, we got it. Okay.
Was coming.
Oh,
That
wow.
last toss.
Here you go.
Over here.
I think they're not done.
I don't know. It feels like everything that they do now is just whatever they want. Although Abed, nope, he's gonna get the kill. I thought maybe with you know, if he had run out of mana right there, they could make some type of a play. OD not near enough to drop the Sanity's Eclipse.
Just feels like there's nothing that really threatens Abed this game, especially when you're playing from ahead. If Ember was having a good game with the Searing Chains and the OD maybe Astral setup, you have to play a little bit cautiously, but he is just so far ahead in terms of farm and levels that
Invisibility.
things are going great for him.
And Invis there is well picked up. 6,000 gold lead now. And next item soon to be on the way. And you can see black and yellow. They know that they need to make a move. They know that they need to get some kills. This is not the kill I think they wanted, but it's going to have to be the kill that they get. As
Can they get it?
Surely.
Okay, yeah.
Wait,
Oh
they're
my,
moving in.
they use everything.
They're going on her. Okay. Little deadly, but they got the kill.
I think if Arteezy is there,
Radiant's
EG just go in and fight because they committed, like even the Meteor Hammer was committed for that kill. That was
Right.
big spell investment, but they get the kill. It's just a support. They want more. If they can catch Abed here, that's really the big prize to be gained. And with a nice aggressive ward, well, it gets pinged. EG with a ward of their own to protect their jungle. They know exactly where black and yellow are. They know exactly where this ward is. EG is just not going to give them any more kills.
True. Yeah, this is really good
Radiant's
stuff.
middle
Moving
tower
around the
is
map,
under attack.
dodging the ganks as they come in. They are outside of vision right now, so you might be wondering a little bit as EG where black and yellow are headed to. That's why Abed's hanging out pretty
Dire's
far to the
top
side in the
tower is
trees.
under attack.
But they show themselves again on that ward, and that kind of gives the game away.
Fly's not even going over to D-Warder. He has the sentry ready, but he knows they're still there. He draws circles on the map. He's like, look, if they're not showing, it's because they're right here. What he doesn't expect is maybe this mid lane ward. I like that black and yellow kind of double down, put two wards aggressively.
Attack.
Really three. They have a
Dire's
triangle of
bottom
wards
tower
around this
is under
mid
attack.
to bottom lane. They want to just try to get any kill they can, but G is just so aware
Okay.
of all this.
It's just
They knew the ward was there. They go and get it away. Oh my God, Fly! Why you gotta do that to him?
Fly's just
Dire's
baiting. He's
bottom tower is
0-5,
under
but he's not playing badly. Like, you can't look at his kill KDA and judge his performance here because he has bailed EG out on numerous occasions.
Well, he just de-warded them and then all chat voice lined them. Like, I don't know what more you could be doing as a 5. You're trying to break the spirits. That's the whole goal here.
Oh yeah, and when you tank 5-man smoke ganks and they have to use every spell to kill you, I think that is pretty spirit breaking.
7,000 gold lead right now.
Is under attack.
And They are still fairly split up. Actually going to start to split up a little bit on Black and Yellow because they have to catch this other wave here before they push out the bottom lane that much further. They're going to take that tier 2 right before that 20-minute mark, and you know what that means. The outpost.
Well, and this is just not a part of the map where Black and Yellow have any vision, so getting back that outpost is pretty impossible, I would say. They could go for a 5-man smoke play and try to take a team fight, but you just kind of have to expect EG are going to have high ground and vision advantage in that area.
Particularly with like a storm, even if you went for some type of like a single person smoke into it, they're so mobile that they would get you and interrupt before you could take it back over.
And Black and Yellow, like, tactically, they're doing on paper what's the right thing, you know? Get down, aggressive wards bottom, play around the vision, just camp these wards, don't let EG know exactly where this high ground ward is. They just don't care. They're just playing away from it. They're making sure that mid and top lane are pushed out, and they're just kind of ignoring what's going on down bottom. They'll even give up this tier 2 tower, potentially. I think if you're Black and Yellow, you try and pressure this tier 2 bottom with the meteor hammer so you can take the outpost yourself, but they're going to be a bit too late as the 20-minute mark approaches.
Yeah, just a second bit too late there. And as you said, the one thing is if they're able to farm the triangle and get that as well, then everything's pretty much okay as they're taking the mid wave and the bottom wave. So we'll probably see them retreat back towards their triangle afterwards, soak up all that farm, and then they're just sort of splitting the map. And then the big question, of course, becomes Roche, as Isis is already in there.
He's got the death. This is the item timing they were waiting for was Deso, which I think Ortiz is basically itemizing to be able to win the game. He doesn't care about what's going to help him team fight. He knows EG are just being avoided, so get Deso, hit buildings, hit Roche. This is just the most efficient damage item he can get.
And there it is. Tower goes down. He can take back over their outpost if they so desire. But this is going to be the first Aegis now, and we're going to see if EG can sort of lock down the map that much better. Well, what's going to happen with it? Heading back, anticipating somebody's in the triangle. Nobody's home. They're like, okay, well, they're over here. Scribble on the map. Kill some couriers. They're reading this perfectly on EG.
They finally decide, let's go take a fight. We have Aegis now. Fly's going to run in with a hood. He dies.
And they found themselves played.
Nice recall out. OD will be kept alive, but...
Oh, anticipated it. Zero wants to run, wants to hide. There's nowhere to hide. Saving the stun. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Zero. Okay, Zero's in trouble. Zero's dead. But he made him run for it, you know. And that's bottom. Ember in trouble as well. And he also will go down. Godlike Abed here.
Oh, still not having that Yule Scepter. You know, he saw them all TP, well, a couple TP top, thought he was safe, but Abed was still lingering around. Rio is looking for a kill here. Glimmered in. Unfortunately, Abed had already backed off.
Maybe they could still go for some type of a play. There's a big jump in, and Coddle going to find him. Will die to the soul burn. Flea tries to make his escape, but now stealing Avalanche, juking to the side. It will be enough for a moment, but only a moment. Oh no, they're not going to die for him. Okay, good play by Flea.
Keeps himself alive, but feels like Black and Yellow are not making any progress this game. Unable to find any kills except for the poor Enchantress, and even those kills were long time ago.
Good ice here. You see in the mid lane? Pretending to be an illusion. Oh, wait, now they see through him. Never mind. Up top is where the fight's going to happen. Really gets jumped on. Pops the ulti. Had already used Astral, and they just explode the OD. Another kill from Evil Geniuses, as they are just walking all over him right now.
Yeah, and RT's just like, man, that's like his first kill involvement since the laning stage, so he's just happy to throw an ultimate. Doesn't really matter. Even with it on cooldown, I don't think Black and Yellow want to take a fight. Exercise is a bit of trouble mid. May have to egg.
Yeah, he will.
It's the egg.
Nobody, literally nobody. Jubei gets jumped on, and well, now feeling some more things. They're going to try and dive in onto this one. Timber Chain, extra damage, and the good old Spirit Vessel secures the kill onto Timber. EG are doing whatever they want.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Fly, the 5 position Ench is gonna, well, him and Flea bottom. Who's getting it? Fly doesn't want to hit it. Yeah, he's asking for backup probably.
He's trying to do it. Does he go for it?
Oh no, the OD's TP.
He's got two of them. He's got 2 of them.
Oh, he denied it.
You know what? It's worth. Just GG out now. That's fine.
Yeah.
A turn? Okay. No. Is Fly even gonna die? Oh my God, Fly. Ew.
Okay, he died.
Almost gets out of there. But the chase continues. Abed's actually kind of low on mana right now.
Yamson wants the courier. Oh, he's getting juked by the courier.
Chase, they get the kill. They
Okay.
take down Abed. That's a ton of gold. They
is.
got it.
But, oh no. You're tier 3, you're Rax.
Yeah, there's things happening. Arteezy's like, guys, what are you guys doing? Why are you chasing them around? We're supposed to be fighting right now. We're supposed to be in buildings.
Black and yellow, this is like the empty stats at the end of a basketball game. They're just trying to make things look a bit more respectable, and they're doing a damn good job of it.
True. Yamsum now trying to get out of here. Has the Spirit Vessel still on him? Sleight of Fist tries to live. Not going to happen. Oh, wait a minute, though. Zero comes back in. Another catch Arteezy. He's got so much healing. All right, they need to run. This guy still has an Aegis.
He didn't want me to read it.
They have no mana on the Timber. Arteezy's still chasing. Wait, they bring back Cornelia. That's enough.
Kill me.
Oh, Zero.
no.
He dies. Fly comes back in. The 5-back now from Timber. He's pissed. Avalanche toss, Meteor Hammer. Arteezy takes the ulti to the face. Is he going to go down? He's barely living. Arteezy tries to make it work, and he does. Jube, can he be the hero? No. There is no escape from the Monkey Man.
Oh, so close to making things look a little bit better. But Arteezy just had just enough life to survive the sanities and turn it around. Didn't get the lifesteal from the Boundless Strike, but he just needed the stun to keep himself alive. Very, very heads up. I think a lot of Monkey Kings there would have waited for the Jingu stacks before they Boundless, but Arteezy just made sure that he stayed alive, got the kills, and while that was all going on, they took a tier 3 tower as well. Didn't take Rex though.
Yeah, I think that all started from Fly facing off against Flea, trying to figure out who's going to deny the tower or not.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
That was the highlight of that team fight for me still.
Yeah.
I think he saw the OD coming, so he's like, oh crap, I just got to try and get this tower because they're going to have too many heroes. And Flea didn't even go for the kill. He went for the deny.
Yeah. Good.
Uh-oh.
He died. Yeah, we knew that this was going to happen. Abed's starting to go off.
Is under attack.
With the Bloodstone completed, 50 mana regen per second, and Arteezy in the front lines with a BKB 6-0 and 4.
Pretty devastated.
Tower.
Timbersaw coming on back. Flea, toss back, doesn't connect on the Fly. And it's the big tanky Fly up front and center who's setting things up for Abed.
He is so tanky. With the hood, Pupil's gift for some extra strength. 1600 health with a hood is crazy.
Toss back again onto the Monkey King. Aegis had already been reclaimed. But it is going to be more damage, not quite enough. Stun comes out afterwards. Flea is going to drop, and the full set of racks are done. Evil Genius is looking good. 20k gold up.
So there's a whole lot Black and Yellow can do. EG are doing this without an Aegis. That's kind of the position. This feels like the first time we've actually seen them group as 5 all game because they just haven't needed to. They've been able to play multiple lanes, pick Black and Yellow apart. They are ready to go. Abed a bit far away, but he can zip in from afar and will do a lot more damage. Nice dodge from Arteezy as second lane of Rax may just be falling here.
Yep. And Meteor Hammer from the fall. Does it hit onto both of them? It does. That's not a bad way to start this one. Oh, but the Astral used by the Rubik. Crit trying to make something else more happen here. And the stun is going to come out as Arteezy pops the ulti. And, well, that is a whole heck of a lot of damage. They're bringing them down one by one. They are falling. And GG is called clean as can be for Evil Geniuses.
Fun game, a very convincing game for EG. You can definitely, I think you can see the players are having fun out there, Fly especially, getting to be the frontliner as a 5 position. This is one of those games where you feel like you're making a statement as a 5 position player.
Yeah, and he was killing it. Like the D1